Huh? Hi guys, this is Live with Laura, and I will be making Adrian go get animals that you want to see that can be safely, held and messed with, and answering some questions about it. So, whenever you're ready, tune in, start asking questions, and we will start answering them. Do it. Hopefully not the same questions all the time. Question 1, how do you make the dog stop barking? I can hear him. There is 1 viewer now. I really don't like this whole camera thing. Yeah, just saying. Go get me an animal.
Nobody's asked for one.
Well, let's get one. Get people interested.
You have to have viewers for people to get people. We gotta have viewers.
Sorry for the 3 viewers that are here. Adrian refuses to get up and go get an animal, even though he told me he was going to help me with this.
Tell me an animal.
Just go pick something to start with. Come on. He's an epic fail at this. What animal should we make him get first? Any suggestions? I think he just got a toad, guys. See, this is what happens when you don't make suggestions. Adrian gets a toad because he thinks I'm going to touch the toad. He is sadly mistaken. But he can show you the toad. Do not touch me with the toad. Go show the viewers the toad. And then Richard has asked for a berm, so you can go get a berm.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, this...
Yes, the dogs can hear us. Okay, go ahead.
This...
Talk.
This is a woodhouse toad. This is endemic to central Texas. Really, really cool critter. They'll eat anything. They'll even eat mice. This one's a little on the smaller side. I've seen them as big as my tiny little Asian hands. But I'm going to put this guy away.
Keep talking about him. I want to get a berm.
Oh, Laura's going to go get the berm herself. Kiss the toad. You'd like that, wouldn't you? They are actually a toxic animal. You can see right there. Those are the glands. Oh, see if you can hear them. Now, you might not be able to hear them, but I can feel them. But you can see the glands right here that will secrete a toxin. But it's pretty harmless to us as long as, I'm not toad looking, but it's not like a cane toad. Oh, you can't even see them. That's a cool little Texas native. Little woodhouse toad.
He's wet. He was in his water bowl. Alright, this is Kai. Kai is a granite Burmese python. Kai is soaking wet for those that were, concerned. He was in his water bowl. Alright. Any questions about Kai? Oh, look. Adrian made a friend. Oh, apparently your toad was making noises. Oh, Zeppelin says hi. So this is the berm. This is a small berm. He's actually only 2 years old this year, I believe. I lose track of those things. Yes, I believe he is 2 years old. He is one of our educational animals. He was actually named by a group of daycare children because he was surrendered to us when he started getting too big for the owner to care for, which is why it is so important to do your research on these animals before you buy the animals. Know what you need, what kind of setup you need, and of course how big they will get and what kind of temperament they actually have.
Why should we listen to you? What sort of industry knowledge do you have?
I know absolutely nothing. I make it up as I go as I'm being felt up by a wet Burmese python snake. All right, Adrian, your turn. I'm going to go get, I think there was a quest for a short tail, a T-positive short tail.
You got that.
Okay. Wait, no, I said it last night, Justin. But I'll get Hannibal. He wants the baby girl.
That's a T-positive.
I bet he Hannibal.
Oh, crap. Oh, crap. Okay. Sorry about that. This right here is a red-eyed croc skink. These are probably the neatest looking lizard around. They are extremely, oh crap, stop running. Extremely boring to keep. Trust me on that. They are extremely boring. Really cool to look at. You set up the right kind of enclosure for them. You'll never ever see them. You'll never see them eat. You'll never see them drink. You'll have to dig around your enclosure just to make sure they are alive. But they're cool once you find them. Setup for those guys is pretty easy. Right now this one lives in a 20-gallon tank that is, well, it's half water with a cool little platform. Well, it's all water with a cool little platform for him to crawl on. And again, you never see him. He's kept at room temperature. He does quite well. I feed him mealworms, waxworms, those sort of things, and I've never actually seen him eat. But I've had him for over a year now, and he's still alive. So
Clearly
we must
he's
be
eating
doing something right.
All right, I saw the question on Kai's enclosure. Kai was the Burmese python. He is in a 4x2 by 1 enclosure, which is pretty much what he'll stay in unless he pushes, 12 feet, and then he'll move into a 6-footer. All right, this is not the T-positive, Justin, I know you want to see, but this is Hannibal. The T-positive you want to see has a nice fat belly because she ate last night, and she ate a small rat because we all know I feed a little bit bigger than the recommended charts. All right, but this is Hannibal, T-positive blood. As you can see, Hannibal is okay with being handled. Most bloods actually need to be better supported. I'm trying to show you how you would handle a typical blood, but Hannibal thinks he's a ball python. Most bloods want their full bodies supported, otherwise they feel like they're going to fall. They need a little bit cooler than our ball pythons, but humidity is about the same. They can actually tolerate a little higher humidity. Some people even say with a baby short tail, whether it's a blood, a Sumatran, or a Borneo, that you can't keep them too wet when they're babies. I don't know quite how I feel about that, but I do know they are actually very tolerant of higher humidity. Let me check the questions. Let's see. Amanda the he, are you talking about the blood or are you talking about the croc skink that Adrian put away? Yes, Lauren, as you can see, Hannibal is much more secure dangling. Like most blood pythons just dangle real well, right? Yeah. He doesn't really like to be still.
Or held.
Jordan, yes, we have a tegu, but I don't think Adrian will get him out. Adrian just got a glove. I'm a little concerned. But I will pull the tegu out.
No, you said
Oh, you're going to get my tegu out?
Shush.
I have no idea what he's doing, but he did just take a glove. So you guys should probably all take a moment of silence for whatever it is that Adrian is about to go do. On the croc skink, I think Adrian answered those questions. I think that's what's happening when I was going to get the short tail. Richard, we don't have a water dragon. We don't keep those. They're a little too high maintenance, but we have a water monitor, if that's maybe what you want to see, and we may pull him out here in a minute. Again, I'm scared. Adrian got gloves. Okay, seriously, Hannibal, would it kill you to be still? This guy, actually, I'll give you a little bit of history on him. He is one, if you've ever heard me talk about how I don't like newspaper, this little guy actually he was on some newspaper, spilled a water bowl, not entirely certain what was there. The smell of chemical was incredibly strong. When I opened his tub up, he was actually belly up, biting himself, having some pretty severe seizures. Brought him inside, rinsed him off, got him cleaned up. Took several months for him to go back to acting normal, going back to eating normally, but ever since then, no residual effects. But it is why you will see me preach against newspapers. Oh, Columbia.
This year he'll be a daddy.
He will be a daddy this year.
Okay.
Oh, Blake just walked in the door.
This is
We're doing a live feed.
not your usual tegu. This is a Colombian tegu.
The one that tries to kill us all.
Yes, Blake, the one that tries to kill us all. This one is called Mini Zilla, and
My mini Zilla.
you want to tell us about it?
No.
Okay. And it is not your normal tegu. It is most tegus that you see pictures of is in Argentina. This guy's actually more common. This is one that you could find for $30 to $60. But he is quite feisty. We're still working on them. Generally, they are very, very flighty. So neat little lizard.
My little lizard.
They'll get to be about 2.5, 3 feet long. So he still has a lot of growing left to do.
Yep.
All right, and speaking of tegus,
Give me more.
I don't know if you're going to be still. He was wanting food. All right, this is Bam Bam.
Let go. Let me.
Oh, he's kind of under my arm there, kid. All right, go closer. Show him Bam Bam. That is Bam Bam. Bam Bam is an Argentine tegu.
See hi, Bam
Bam
Bam.
Bam has a much better temperament. Bam Bam, don't eat my phone. than the Colombian that you just saw. They do also get quite a bit bigger than the Colombians, and the price tag does in fact reflect the ability you actually have to make them more personable and do things with them.
What are you doing with my tablet?
They said, this is my tablet. They said, hi, Blake.
Hey.
All right. As far as the tegus go, the Argentine tegus, they really, if you're interested in a large lizard, stand up so they can see the tegu, goofball. There you go. If you're interested in a large lizard, these are really a great way to go. All right, they can actually be, you know, take the time.
Mom,
you can
where
socialize
can we
them.
find one?
Where can you find one? You can find one at pet stores. You can find them at the pet expos. Typically, price range on these guys is going to run to about $200 to $250, but I mean, it's really worth it to have an animal that will actually cuddle with you on the couch. And I mean, this one, when I don't feed him quick enough, he is known to grab my pant legs and pull on them and beg for food. He will climb me. He will jump in the air for food. They really are a neat, personable species.
They're cute too.
They are cute. All right, let me have him.
Yeah.
Thank you. Can you scratch you? Okay.
Oh, mud snake.
All right. This is a...
Mud snake.
Thank you. Really cool Texas native. This is, as Blake said, this is a mud snake. This is a rarely kept in captivity animal. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful guy. Usually dark black, really dark brown, and has these red bellies. They are purely amphibian eaters.
Part orange.
These guys eat frogs and salamanders. We always bring out the black throat, but he'll probably make an appearance anyway. I was trying to bring out some of the stuff that we don't normally see. Tegus, can they be litter trained? We haven't bothered to try to get them to be litter trained because they generally stay in their enclosure. So most of the time they crap in their water bowl. Tell them about that.
Izzy, come down. Here's Izzy. We do have a black throat.
Okay, tell him about Izzy, and I'll get the black turtle in a minute. Tell him about Izzy. Where does she come from? Where does Izzy come from?
The
Go.
tegus.
Are you answering questions?
Are the tegus fairly smart and tempered?
Yes, Jordan. The tegus are actually, they are pretty smart. Temperaments, just like, you have to work with them. You have to, spend some time with them. As far as litter training, Justin, they're going to go at random, which usually means in the middle of my lap.
We keep one and green anaconda.
Okay, we'll get the green anaconda. Can you show him Izzy and talk to him about Savannah monitors?
Yeah.
Tell her
Izzy,
what
say
she
hi.
is.
Say hi.
Hold her. Tell him what she is.
She is a Savannah monitor.
Get your... Guys, Blake's pushing buttons here. There we go. Here you go. Tell him about Izzy. There you go.
This is my little Izzy, Savannah monitor.
Talk loud.
Surface temps about how much?
About 150.
150.
Tell him, where does she come from?
She comes from the African savannah.
What do they eat? What do savannahs eat?
About anything that they could find that's meat.
So what kind of lizards are they?
Savannah monitors, and this is the hissy one.
And what is this one's name?
This one is named Venom.
Yes.
Venom.
This is Venom. He's a little pudgy butt. But yes, these are Savannah monitors. They are great little, if you don't want to take you, if you want to monitor, these guys are really fun too. Like Blake mentioned, warmer temps, 140, 150 degrees, carnivorous lizards, but they are absolutely awesome little, you can see, this is Blake's little pudgy one. All right, let's go put the Savannahs up.
And this is the big one.
Yes, that's Big Izzy.
Here, take her.
No, take her, go put her up. Come on. We're gonna look at what else we're gonna talk about.
All right, this was a cool little Texas native. It is not a leopard gecko. This is actually a full-grown adult Texas banded gecko, which is about as close to leopard geckos as I like to keep. Very, very neat little Texas native from the western and southern part of the state. Eats tiny little mealworms, tiny little crickets. Fully nocturnal, another one of my cool pets that I never get to see. Not an often kept animal in the pet trade. Yeah, Richard, the reason why those surface the temperatures need to be so hot is because the savannas are actually active daytime animals. So think about it. With those temperatures, if you go outside on a nice hot day and shoot the concrete with a temp gun or shoot a rock with a temp gun, it's going to measure extremely hot. So with daytime lizards, you want to use a basking temp rather than an ambient temp. I like the natives. Now, you are definitely lucky, Lauren, if you have these guys in your yard. Neat little miniature leopard geckos.
This is the green anaconda we own.
What's his name?
This is Snuggles. Snuggles. I'm not really holding Snuggles.
You're not.
She's holding me.
He's holding you. This is Snuggles, the green anaconda. It's actually one of the only species that you will actually see a significant difference in size in a male to a female. Males are going to generally stay smaller. You're looking more.
It is a gorgeous snake.
Yes, it is. You're looking more, like the size of a berm, versus the females that are exceptionally heavy and get much bigger. And they take a lot longer to mature. A female anaconda is actually about 10 years old before they're sexually mature, versus every other species we know that starts to reach sexual maturity between 2 to 4 years old. And so they are a more slow-growing snake. They do take longer.
Pretty good bedding pattern.
Most of them are actually wild-caught. Snuggles is actually going into shed right now, so he's not quite as bright as he normally is. But it gives you a general idea of what the anaconda actually looks like. All right, Amanda commented on the belly pattern. Let me kind of show you. It's really neat. On the last video, no, where were we? It was a birthday party. And a little girl loved it because she said that it looked like a cheetah. Is that what she said? Mm-hmm. And so she loved the belly pattern because she said it looked like a cheetah.
I bet she likes cheetahs.
All right, let's go put Snuggles up.
Wait, I forgot. Dad, let me talk about that one.
Okay.
Well,
Here.
take.
And here, I'll take Snuggles. And you go talk about the alternative.
Okay, Blake, tell us about this guy.
I'm going to hold him. You could talk about it.
What is it, Blake?
This is a Alterna.
What's another name for the Alterna?
Gray band king snake.
Yeah. The anaconda is not aggressive. They can be, mostly because most of the animals that are kept in captivity are wild caught. But generally, like our anaconda is extremely mellow. Anacondas. Don't touch it.
Well, they might be aggressive in the wild. Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Are they? They're
Well, in the wild, they're going to be more defensive, yes.
Yeah.
But Snuggles is just super sweet. Now, this gray-banded king snake, our Alterna, is another West Texas native, absolutely beautiful snake.
And we caught one in Sanderson on Snake Days.
We didn't catch one.
Oh my!
We have not caught an Alterna yet.
I thought we did.
No.
Oh, we caught a fake one.
Yes, we catch lots of fake Alternas. But very cool
stick
snake, very beautiful. And actually, this color blends right into all the rock cuts and everything that they have out there.
Richard, as far as anacondas being mellow, do you already address that? Oh, okay. All right, let me see. Amanda, you keep asking about bearded dragon. Yes, we have a bearded dragon. As you can tell, he is not thrilled with this whole process. He is not really used to being held. We have him because someone asked us to babysit him a couple years ago for the summer. As you can see, it's been an extended summer. They've actually never come back for the bearded dragon. They contacted us once about selling him to us about a year ago. And never have said anything, but this is the beardy. What, baby?
The one that has the orange stripes is the Alterna, gray band, the king snake.
Yes, the one with the orange stripe was the Alterna, the gray band king snake.
Because this...
Adrian, someone asked about your caiman lizard earlier. You want to get psycho?
I put my glove back on.
Can I write?
No, you don't need to write, baby. You can just talk. We're just using this to see the comments.
Come on.
But yeah, I mean, I said the beardy is a beautiful bearded dragon, but he's not a big fan of human interaction.
Are they rare?
As you can see, this is how you know he is very unhappy with me right now. You can see that black beard.
Are they rare, Mom? Are they rare?
Or what is what rare? Justin is what rare? The gray band king snakes. They're the jewel of Texas. They're.
No,
I think he's talking about the alternate, baby. The gray bands are the jewel of Texas. It would be great if they were more in the hobby. It's just they're one of those things that unless you're here.
So cute.
What are so cute?
Turn-us.
Yes, Jordan. The Blackbeard is because he is very unhappy. He does not like to be messed with. He would prefer to be turned He would prefer to be left alone and not messed with and get nothing but food.
You really want to see our cobra, Fluffy? Really?
We'll think about it.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. What animal should we talk about? Let's answer. Yeah, Justin, no. The gray band king snakes, they're not rare. They're actually pretty widely bred here in Texas. But I think it's because they're a Texas species that they don't tend to make it out of Texas that much. All right, Blakey, you watch the questions for a minute. Answer any questions. Talk to people. Here, come see where they can see you. Tell them about how you got started. So you don't knock my phone down. Tell them about how you got started.
I got started because when I was first born, I saw my first snake when we got home. Wait, when did I see my first snake?
I don't know. You've been seeing him since before you could probably remember.
I'm not really sure.
Okay.
Just interrupted me.
Okay. We have boas. We don't do much with the boas. No, we do not keep anti-venom. We don't keep anti-venom in our home. We have been recommended by the venomologist not to keep anti-venom. Well, especially since we're in Houston, so we have care, but actually keeping your own anti-venom should only be done by very, very few people, because remember, when you have anti-venom and you bring it to the hospital, now you're asking the hospital to administer your own medicine, so to speak, so it's a very difficult process as well. This is my caiman lizard. This is Wasabi. Wasabi is a little jerk, so that's why he's being held with a glove. You can see he's not too happy. He's whippy, he is bitey, he very much knows that I am the supplier of food. He's actually a type of tegu. This guy will get quite large. He'll get over
He's a
three.
type of tegu?
He's a type of tegu. He'll
Not
get over.
a caiman lizard?
He is a caiman lizard.
Oh wait, caiman lizards are the type of tegu?
Yes.
I never knew that.
You never knew that. Okay.
Mom, Dad just told me a caiman lizard is a type of tegu. My mom is having some trouble.
He gets Mandy. He gets much larger than most Lacertus. He'll get to be 3 to 4 feet long plus. So he is actually quite a large lizard. They eat snails. Almost all the ones in the hobby are wild caught, so you do have to check for parasites. Are there any lizards that enjoy interaction? Pretty much all of our monitors
Here comes Fluffy. Here comes Fluffy.
Lauren, we are feeding snails. He'll also eat.
You might want to move, Dad.
He'll also eat crayfish. He'll also eat shrimp as well, and he's taken fish bits from me, but not all of them are as good as eaters as this guy here. But we have a ready supply of snails thanks to the fact that I'm Asian and shop at the Asian Food Mart all the time. Hold on a second.
Blake, go over there. Tell them about your favorite animal to keep.
Fluffy.
Tell them about Fluffy.
Fluffy is a cobra, monocled albino cobra, super beautiful. You are excited for Fluffy. I am too. Fluffy is so cute.
Just leave that there.
Yeah, Fluffy is cute and pretty. Any other questions? Well, if you want to ask about Fluffy. Oh, you are shaking. Well, here comes Fluffy.
Okay. Laura went and grabbed Fluffy. Now she did a good job putting the enclosure apart.
Hey, there's one of me.
As she carried the deal. Let me find my flashlight.
Hey, I carried a 3-foot enclosure. This is not his normal enclosure, which is why you guys are actually lucky enough to get to see it, because this is one I could actually carry. He actually did an event. And so there you go. There is Fluffy.
Because I just flipped over. But
Everything's kind of flipped over. I kind of carried a 3-foot enclosure by myself, but there is Fluffy.
Don't piss him off.
Hi, Fluffy.
You can see he's kind of hooding. He's actually a very, very good cobra, very easy snake to keep. Yeah, his whole...
Yeah, he just spotted us there. He's not happy with me from carrying it out here, but yeah, like I said, he did an event, so he was in a temporary enclosure, so you guys were lucky I could actually carry it. James, anacondas, the wild-caught ones, yes, have the ability to be that way. If you can get lucky enough to find a captive bred anaconda, they're not that bad. Mandy, honestly, no. Monocled cobras are one of the most commonly kept cobras, and the albino monocled are becoming more and more commonly kept.
Yeah, you can actually find a monocled cobra for about $100 at any good venomous show or even online. So they're readily accessible. A lot more people keep venomous morphs than people realize. There's probably, especially with rattlesnakes, there's hundreds of rattlesnake morph combinations out there right now.
What about Fluffy?
Yeah, Fluffy doesn't tend to hood up when people can see him. Fluffy spent the first 3 years of his life in a pet store. Baby. Yeah, Fluffy spent the first 3 years of his life in a pet store. So when it comes to people, it's not something that Fluffy is very concerned with.
He's doing it right now.
Oh, is he actually going to hood? Watch out, Blake, move, please.
You just...
All right. Use that light on him.
I'm trying.
That's usually how Fluffy does. As soon as you turn the light off and walk away, that's when it is that Fluffy actually decides he's going to hood up. So there you go. The rare moment of seeing Fluffy hooded. Fluffy says, okay, guys, you can turn the lights off now. Yes, Mandy, he is the one that would cause death the quickest. The rest of what we have is pretty much Texas natives, and then we have one Mexican moccasin. But yes, no, Fluffy tends to actually usually stay hidden and away from us until you turn your back. Once you turn your back, as you can see, as soon as we turned the lights off and moved away, then Fluffy decided that he was going to hood up.
Yeah, all he really wants to
Oh, really?
All he really wants to do is get back to the back of his enclosure, but this enclosure is not big as big as his normal enclosure, so that's why he is being pretty defensive right now. So we're going to go ahead and leave Fluffy alone, so we don't stress him out too much. There's a lot of cobras that can be pretty feisty like this, especially in the cage, but in terms of actually keeping venomous, cobras can be one of the easier snakes to keep. And if anybody ever tells you different, that's because they think the cobra gives them a bigger genital region.
Nice. A couple questions I saw pop up on here while we were looking at Fluffy. I think somebody asked, about boas. Honestly, Jordan, we got rid of all but one boa, and he's in full shed and had a big meal last night. We have 3 boas, I guess.
Yeah.
3 boas, but I fed several of them last night, and we don't do boas. I just decided that we didn't really enjoy that species, and so we have a couple.
After spending thousands and thousands of dollars on
I will confess, I took ball pythons, I traded them for boas. When I decided I didn't really like the boas, I traded them for blood pythons. That gives me some credibility, right? Okay, no, the look I'm getting from Adrian says basically I spent a lot of money and I lost my you-know-what in the trades.
genital region.
My genital region, I don't have one of those. No, we do not keep... Fluffy, quit. We do not keep black mambas, nothing like that. Fluffy is the only real exotic that we keep. The plan was only Texas native species. Fluffy's talking to me over here.
You guys want to see a rattlesnake?
Was a Texas native species, and then I watched Fluffy grow up in the pet store for 3 years. When the pet store put Fluffy for sale, I couldn't stand the thought of not being able to see Fluffy anymore, and I actually cried at the idea, so Adrian bought me Fluffy. Adrian actually is going to go get a rattlesnake right now. Justin, we actually have all of the Texas rattlesnakes. We use them for educational purposes. And yes, Tim, I have to say balls are pretty boring. Fluffy. Fluffy's over here pitching a temper tantrum right now. All right, Blake, come here. Entertain the folks at home. Talk to them some more. Tell them about, besides Fluffy, what is your next favorite reptile that we keep?
It's gonna be the normal
Talk loud.
monocle. It's gonna be the
No,
normal.
besides venomous snakes.
Fine.
Fine.
It's my ball python.
I said Pegasus yesterday. I'm sorry.
Oh, come on.
I'm sorry.
That's my favorite though.
It's whatever Tuesday. We got to do other species. But yeah, sorry guys. I fed a bunch of stuff yesterday. Our normal feeding day is Tuesdays and Wednesdays, so. All right.
This is just 2.
All right, what did you bring in here? All right, some rattlesnakes. Fluffy, quit. There he is, right there.
This one right here is a western pygmy rattlesnake. This is endemic to Texas as well, the eastern part of Texas. Really cool little rattlesnake. They only get to be maybe 2 feet long, maybe a little bit longer than that, maxed out, hence the name pygmy.
Hey, Blake, tell us about the pygmy rattlesnake's rattle.
Well, you can kind of hear the rattle right now, but it's because we're close enough to hear. Oh, canebrake is on the other side.
Tell us about who can hear the rattlesnake. I mean, who can hear the rattlesnake's rattle?
Raccoony.
All right, and over here, where is it? Oh, still looking for the pygmy. There we go.
And that is a canebrake or a timber rattlesnake. Very, very cool Texas animal. These guys are actually protected in this state. And actually, most of the states that they are encountered in naturally have some level of protection for this animal, whether it be bag limits or hunting seasons. But here in Texas, they are fully protected. You cannot touch them, look at them sideways. You cannot keep them. You cannot kill them. This one's actually not a Texas animal, so we're able to bring it into the state. And technically, I guess the state of Texas owns this guy.
Yeah. There. You can kind of hear. I was trying to locate. There it is. Let me see if I can get it on his rattle. Turn the light on there. No, it goes on the top. Let me see if I can from the top, if I can turn the light on there.
Yeah, the Strecker.
There you go.
The pygmy rattlesnakes have a very, very small, very light rattle. I don't know if you could even hear it. It doesn't really register too well on our.
There it is.
With our hearing, but they're normal predators like raccoons, possums, and such could hear it no problem.
Yes, Mandy. Canebrake and timber, same thing. There's been, watch out, baby. There's been argument that they were different subspecies. That's kind of one of those scientific things that goes back and forth. But yes, they are generally considered to be the same. Usually in Texas, most people call them canebrakes. But yes, they are essentially the exact same animal. Somebody asked another question. Oh, burn versus retic. I'm not sure where Adrian just went, but when he comes back, I will grab a retic. Because I doubt I can convince him to grab one of my retics. As far as which one better temperament.
Can you grab one of my burns?
Do what?
I mean, retics.
I fed your retic. I fed your golden child. I'll grab Kate. As far as they go, berms are more like ball pythons. They're just big ball pythons versus retics are very active animals, constantly on the move. You'll see in a minute when I bring the retic in how she's just going to squirm and squirm and squirm. I always tell people, if you think you want a berm, you can probably go ahead and get a berm because there's something that, you know, you're going to grow to really be able to enjoy. If you think you want a retic, you need to do more research because honestly, with retics, you've got to be prepared for them. I mean, they are jack-in-the-boxes coming out of their enclosures. They have a very, very strong feeding response. They're just not an animal that there's much room for mistakes with. All right, what'd you get? Oh, okay.
This next animal I brought,
that one?
I got it.
Okay, I'm gonna
It's
do it.
probably the most feared animal in all of Texas, and that is the vicious. Oh, where's my? There we go. The vicious water moccasin, also known as the cottonmouth. So this guy is about ready. Looks like he's just starting to go into blue. But very, very neat looking animal. This is a typical pose for them. They hold that head in that 45-degree angle in that, I call it the what's up pose. Very distinctive among local Texas snakes. This guy probably has the worst reputation in all of Texas. Everybody has a cousin that was killed by one.
Or chased by one.
It doesn't happen. Water moccasin deaths are extremely rare.
There's only 2 documented since the 1900s.
Yeah, you're more likely to be killed by a unicorn. They are not aggressive at all, Mandy. They are actually a defensive animal, like most snakes are. It would not make much sense for them to actually be aggressive to something our size. They are more likely to stand their ground, but most of the time, they're just going to get away. Most of the time, if they're around, you won't ever know it because you won't ever see them. But if for some reason they feel threatened, they'll sit and they'll actually open their mouth, which shows that white lining, which again isn't a very good indicator because most snakes have a white lining in their mouth as well. But they hold their mouth open and just say, hey, don't step on me or it's going to be a bad day for both of us. They will not chase you. I've encountered hundreds of these guys, hundreds of them. Never been chased by one. I've had them try to get away from me, and by doing so, they might have come in my direction, but they're not chasing me. They are really trying to get away. All right, Laura's got something.
Not really that smart.
No, they're not really that smart. All right, I went and got you guys a retic. The only one that I didn't feed last night. You got lucky. This is Kate. This is my white-faced tiger retic. And she is actually only, is she a yearling now?
Sure. Yes.
No, she's not. She's a 2-year-old this year. But not completely. She was actually a late 2014. She was born in September of 2014. So she's still, even though she's considered a 2-year-old, she's still a little girl. As you can see, she's a bit more active. She'd be okay if I let her up my shoulder, but then you guys can't see her very well if I do that. Can you say hi, Kate? No, retics are amazing animals, but I think Lauren actually said it pretty well. The burms are the ball pythons. The retics are, more of your king snake, corn snake, rat snake. They like to move around. And like a king snake, they like to eat. They're one of those animals that, even her, she's as sweet as can be. My educational retics. I still use a hook when opening and getting them out because they really, really like their food. They are a very, very food. And they're Jack in the Box. You open it up, they pop up to see what's going on. Tim, as far as the boreal hots, no. I tried that one time. That wasn't really my cup of tea. I tried babies. The feeding, the watering, the humidity, it's kind of one of those things. Same reason I don't really keep the Amazon tree boas or the green trees or the emeralds. They're just something that, honestly, the husbandry is just a little bit higher than I really want to. I shouldn't say higher. It's more of a high maintenance animal. The husbandry needs to be kept up with a little bit more higher, requirements. And so I like to keep the majority of my things that are pretty simple to keep. All right, see, she finally still. She has a death grip on my hand, but she has pretty much decided that she's going to be still until she pees on me, which is retic speak for put me down.
Yeah, you should probably put her away.
Yeah, I'm going to put her out before I get peed on. All right, Adrian, talk while I do that. Blake disappeared. Blake was by an intermission guy.
So does anybody have any questions or comments or snide remarks at this time? Yes, I am quite good looking. Do I own a viper? Actually, these are vipers. The rattlesnakes, the cottonmouth. Those are all different types of vipers. We don't really own any exotic vipers except for our Mexican moccasin, which basically just looks like the one that I just showed you as well. Thanks for all the hearts, guys. There. Now they're not going in my mouth.
You have hearts going in your mouth?
I had hearts. Now it's thumbs going in my mouth. Okay, I'd love to learn more about the big lizards. Okay, here's our biggest lizard.
This is Adrian's face really close to the camera. This is Falcor. Easy, buddy. Oh, easy. Hold on. Let me regain control of Falcor here. He's not a big fan of Adrian. Adrian moves. He freaks out. He wants down. Usually when he comes inside, he gets to crawl around, which is exactly what he wants to do. Easy, buddy. Hang on. Let me get a better grip on him real quick. Come here. Shh, 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 shh. Is that a little freaky, seeing yourself on camera? Huh? Falcor, settle down. Settle down. All right. All right, you can even hear him hissing here. Falcor is not thrilled with me right now. Probably because Falcor was asleep. Ugh. I don't want to get headbutted. Calm down. All right, there's Falcor. I will chase him down in a minute. He just went that way. Probably. There you go. There's Falcor. Falcor decided that he would rather not be held right now. Apparently he has something else he wants to do. I will chase him down later. Jamie, are berms difficult to keep? Not at all. Berms are actually something that is very easy to keep. Zach, if you have an RI, you see a vet. That's the only recommendation we'll give around here. because you need a culture. You need to know what kind of bacteria you're dealing with so you can give the right medication. Katie, you missed Bam Bam. I had Bam Bam out earlier. Hannah, are the monitors harder to care for than a snake? You know, that's kind of one of those things. There are a more daily care requirement. The monitors are something that has to be fed or pretty much every day to every other day, depending on what they eat. As far as, you know, their temperatures, things like that. I mean, once you get their temps set, I hear another rattlesnake coming in the door. Once you get the temperatures and stuff established, it's kind of like the balls. It's a maintenance thing. But it really is. Sometimes it's getting the initial setup, getting the size set up and everything. And then again, just really, it's the feeding and the socializing with the monitors. I mean, it's something that has to be done consistently to get them where they'll actually interact with you. And as you can see, even then, sometimes they have their bad days, and I will have to go fish Falcor out from underneath the couch. All right, it looks like Adrian brought you guys some more snakes. What'd you bring in here?
Some more snakes.
Ah, you brought you some more rattlesnakes to see. Billy, as far as reptiles, somewhere between $300 and $350. You know, trying to track them, keep track of them with babies, buying, selling, things that I acquire when Adrian isn't looking, you know, that kind of stuff. Chandler, a dope. Okay, I'll come back to take your questions in a minute. I'm losing my camera. Go ahead. I got my phone.
Which one is mine? Which one is
That
mine?
All right.
That one is mine.
This one is Blake's. These, I was talking about rattlesnake morphs earlier, and I want to show you this is a caramel atrox, so it's known as a western diamondback rattlesnake. So it's one of the pretty morphs that you could find out there. Now you can see he is very, very pissed.
Show them Mom and Dad.
I'll show him the other one. I'll show him the other one here. Now, another morph I have here is a bubblegum, and I believe the bubblegum is actually a triple morph.
Yes.
This is actually a triple morph. The bubblegum atrox here. Very, very beautiful. This one's not as pissed. But you can see, and I like to call this guy actually a creamsicle, but I get told I'm wrong for that, and I just tell him to bite me because I'll call snakes what I want him to. He does have a very orange tail that he is not showing us right now. Very, very cool animals. You could hear the caramel is getting his groove on again. What kind of venom does he have? These guys have a hemotoxic venom. And for the knobs,
what does hemotoxic mean?
I was just going to answer that. Hemotoxic means that it actually will start to digest the animal before they eat their prey, and it does that by attacking the blood. That's where you get the hemo. It attacks the red blood cells, actually breaks them down. There is also neurotoxins and other toxins in there, but it's primarily a hemotoxic venom. But most snake venoms are actually a mixture of different types of venoms. Yeah, you're a lot more interesting today.
That's the monster, guys.
All right. Falcor has decided he can behave for a second. We had a talk. He came out from underneath the couch. This is Falcor. As long as he didn't see himself on camera, he'll be okay. This is him. Kind of the cousin to the Savannah Monitor. Kind of the ongoing little thing there. And Falcor, again, they need big enclosures. I know Chandler asked me earlier, okay, really, dude? We just talked about this. You can behave. Okay, or not. Get down. I'll fish you up under the couch in a minute. All right. You asked about size enclosures. The Tegus can pretty much work in a 5x3, 5x4, 5x3, 6x3 type enclosure size. With the actual larger monitors, you're looking at something that's 8x4, 10x6 enclosure size. The biggest thing with these guys is it really comes down to a lot of the heating. You can have the biggest enclosure and have it heated poorly, and it's just not going to matter. I took in a Savannah Monitor. Someone had in a nice, big, custom-built enclosure. The animal was kept too cold, and he was fed strictly insect diet, and he is extremely skinny and does not look good at all. So, I mean, it's so many.
Talking about things.
I am talking about things. It's really just a combination of everything. Enclosure size with the proper humidity, the proper heat, and the proper diet with those monitors. All right, let me see. Someone else asked. James, yes, a 55 is going to be really big for a baby ball python. It's going to be hard to get.
About ball pythons.
Oh, we're not talking about ball pythons. I just got in trouble. I'll answer that one later. Jamie, as far as the big lizards, tegus and savanna monitors are really the best bet. If you want something larger, water monitors are great, but water monitors do get big. No, someone asked me about a gabby. No, we don't keep gabbies. Kept rhinos a while back, but they were just something.
What's a gabby?
Gaboon viper.
Oh.
That was just something that just, again, didn't quite work out for us with the setups and things like that we were keeping. It just wasn't the best choice for us. Oh, favorite species. That's a hard one, Amy. Because it gets everything. We keep so much of a variety of stuff. Okay. So much of a variety of stuff that it's really hard to pick. All right, I gotta go get that.
Right now, her kick. Yeah, black-throat monitors are very good. She's shown Falcor here a couple times. They're just a very big one. Now, it's tough to have a favorite species. Right now, she's really digging the big lizards. That's her current kick right now. But that changes every year, so we'll go from there. But again, we don't have any species that we don't actually like. This one here is a really cool and not commonly kept snake as well. This is a hognose, but this isn't the typical hognose that is in the hobby. This is actually a Madagascan golden hognose.
It's not really that gold.
It's not really that gold. No, this one is not.
But we have some actual gold ones from here in Texas, right?
No, we don't have any golden ones here in Texas.
No,
But-
they have a female gold one.
Yes. I'm going to show him an eastern hognose here next. But you can actually tell what this guy is called a hognose because of that upturned nose that he's showing.
Everybody knows that already.
Okay, everybody knows that already.
Kids.
Okay, random question. What is the best way to
Sean?
determine the size of the probe to use? That's really hard
Yeah, you do
to
need some. They're really good.
tell just by telling. And we're not talking about ball pythons right now, but that is a great question to post on the regular group, and some of the experts can go with you there. I prefer popping of ball pythons myself, but that's just personal preference. All right, I'm going to show you a different hognose. This one is very cool, though. These Madagascar, there's several different species of Madagascan hognose. But I'll get you another one to look at.
Bye, everybody.
I like the flipping back and forth.
Do what?
I like the flipping back and forth.
Yeah. All right, want to walk you over here? Show you something that's kind of cool. This, ladies and gentlemen, is Apollo. See if Apollo wants to come out. Yeah. Come here. Say hi. Where are you? Come here, Apollo. There he is. That is Apollo. That is a Nile monitor. You can actually see, I'm trying to get, there he is before he smacks me or bites me. You can see on his back right there, an old burn scar. All right. With these guys, what actually ends up happening a lot of times is people trying to get their heat correct don't realize, as you can see, we have multiple bulbs. You cluster lighting with these animals. A lot of people will use one bulb, and even though the temperatures are right, that it takes a single bulb getting way too close to the animal in order to get the actual temperatures correct. Stop trying to beat me up. Stop. It takes the actual temperatures getting too hot, and so it actually ends up burning the animal. So you can see he's got old burn scars here from someone, again, that was trying to keep him warm enough. All right. Oh, look, monitor poop. Lovely. I'm glad I decided not to get him out. Anyone want to come clean that? It smells like death. Monitor poop is very scary. Come here. Come here. Don't beat me up. Come here. Come here. Come here, punk. Nope. He's not having anything to do with me right now. Apollo. But anyway, there you go. There's a good view. You can kind of... There you go.
Didn't work.
He didn't want to come out with there. He is far.
All right, this guy here. Okay, what did I do? I'm still here. Don't leave. What's going on? All right. Sorry. This guy here is eastern hognose. This is not the one that's most commonly kept in the hobby either. This one's rarely kept in the hobby. primarily because it is an eater of amphibians, primarily toads and frogs. So in order to keep up with that diet, I have to go catching a lot of toads and frogs. So not a very often kept animal, but a very cool looking animal for sure. Yeah, Mandy, our house is way too big for us, but we still don't have enough room for all of our reptiles. We converted our garage, insulated the door, and added an AC unit and a heater to maintain a temperature. And we are now in the process of moving more animals into our house to make room for Laura's lizard obsession. No, we do not have animals in all of our rooms, actually. People could come over and we could entertain them, and they won't even be aware that we have animals in the house.
Other than the Nile, which is in the living
Yes,
room.
other than the Nile that's now in the living room, but I'm sure that's only going to be a temporary solution.
I don't know. I kind of like him being in here. Lets me interact with him. Somebody asked about getting their old man on board. You know, the trick's honestly going to be finding something that really interests him, because that's what tends to work, is finding that specific species or that specific animal that...
Oh, I've got tips and tricks.
I'm scared.
What's the question?
How do you get them to fall in love with the reptiles?
Boobs. Boobs do it every time.
Okay, on that note, Adrian's going to go now. But seriously, just see if you can find anything that gets their attention. I mean, if he likes dogs and cats, then I really recommend, getting them to interact with the monitors, or get them a tegu, something like that can be their animal. And a lot of times that kind of starts the whole downfall. Yeah, Angela's been here a few times. Angela can pretty much tell you where everything is. Amy, we do have one that is the canebrake timber rattlesnake we showed earlier. There's actually a threatened species that requires some special paperwork to have. James, gators and crocs. No gators, they're a protected species here. Can't have those without an educational permit. As far as crocs, we've gone back and forth on getting a caiman. It's just when it comes down to space, and their teeth are a little scary. Like I said, Jesse, then maybe, talk to him. See if you can get him to interact with the Savannah monitor. Because if they can get to know that, the large lizards are really the dogs of the reptile world. So if you can get that interaction, then you might actually be able to get them interested in it. If nothing else, try to take him. Try to go to a reptile show that's around you. Show him the animals. See what you can do to get them to find something that's theirs. And then usually, like I said, that just kind of opens the floodgates. We really should oil that garage door, because that squeaking is highly annoying. No animals? No animals, you slacker. Adrian just came back inside without an animal. Of course, this Tetris, he has done venomous snakes in here. Should I make him put all these up? Because, yeah, he brought in all the venomous, and he has apparently stacked them all on my ottoman. Yeah. Yes, Falcor has a harness on. All of my large lizards will wear harnesses. This one here, this one belongs to the Nile. They're all set where they are already adjusted for each individual animal, so it's quick and easy to get them on there and not have to go through the adjusting process. As far as being able to do that with these guys, it is a slow process, because you have to know you're not going to get bit when you go to put them on it. And you don't want to stress them out with it. And mostly the harnesses, it's so they can walk around and have a little bit of freedom while I walk them. Mostly I walk behind them, but it does give them the ability to walk around, have a little bit of freedom without always having to be held onto you. James, we do have a red iguana. His name is Aztec. He is a jerk. He is in an outdoor enclosure, and we like all of our body parts, so that's where he stays.
I'm not going to mess them. All right, this is a rosy boa. This is actually a native of the wonderful state of California. One of the few boas that is native to the United States, and he's actually an albino, and he is currently breeding a female, so I'm going to put him back pretty quickly. But a really neat Native American snake.
Somebody asked me about ball morphs. Adrian will ban me if I talk about balls in this Whatever Tuesday video. So I'm not allowed to talk about balls in the Whatever Tuesday video, sorry. As far as what ball morph I actually fell in love with first, ironically, it was a bumblebee ball python. And that's because back then bumblebees were actually relatively expensive compared to what they are now. So it wasn't as lame of a morph I fell in love with as it kind of is now, I guess. If I can get these comments pulled back up here. Sure, Chandler, move on in. Katie, rewind the video. You can see it all, I promise. All right, any more animals that you guys want to see before we call this video done and maybe I eat a snack or make Adrian clean something? I don't know. Run the dishwasher?
I ran the dishwasher.
Oh, okay. I guess you already ran the dishwasher. So we told you guys one of these times we'd actually show you all the animals. That wasn't all of them, obviously.
That was a good selection.
That was a pretty decent selection.
Some of them will get really repetitive, though, because a lot of the species that we keep are only slightly different from a lot of the species that we keep. So most people think we're showing them the same snakes.
Not to mention the animals that we can actually handle and interact with are a bit different than some of the things. Of course, we did do the venomous this time. You didn't show them a gecko. I wonder if they've ever seen a gecko
crested
before.
gecko? No.
I bet they've never seen a crested gecko before.
Never lock that.
Yeah, I bet they've never seen a crested gecko. Anyone ever see a crested gecko on here?
Yeah, we don't.
Not
need
that I'm going to go get a crested gecko.
We don't need
Not
to see a
because they
crested
jump.
gecko.
Yeah. Jumping's not good.
The water dragons, we don't keep water dragons.
Oh, they kept meaning water monitor when they asked earlier, though. But Smog's really wet and dirty and in his water bowl.
You missed Fluffy, Sean. You're going to have to watch the whole hour again just to see him. Actually, if you go about 22 minutes, that's when he makes his appearance.
Do you actually know that, or are you just going to make
Pulling
Sean
it
guess?
right out of my butt.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, we don't really want Smog. Smog's gross and Smog is dirty, and Smog plays in the mud. That's Smog's favorite thing to do, and Smog hasn't had a bath.
All right, more questions. We'll keep this thing going a little bit longer, but we're going to try to keep it close to an hour because, per contrary to popular belief, we try to have a life outside of reptiles.
He's lying.
Which really our next hour will involve me putting all these animals back away that we took out.
Angela wants to see a gecko.
She wants you to touch the gecko. I could read the thing right here.
Yeah, well, you should go get the gecko. Bring the gecko in here and I'll touch the gecko.
I'll bring you a gargoyle. I'll bring you a baby gargoyle that we produced on our own.
Oh, the baby gargoyle jumps.
Yeah, well, that's why you get it.
Oh, yay, a jumping gecko. Fluffy, hush. Fluffy's yelling at us right now. We're not looking at him, so, you know, Fluffy has to be annoying. Yes, I hear you, Fluffy. Oh, goodness. Adrian's bringing a gecko. I am not thrilled with this.
There you go.
Collecting as far as buying stuff? Me.
What was the question?
Who does more collecting?
Laura.
All right.
I only get to select very few animals. She could drop several $100s on an animal without it being an issue.
You have a water monitor. Okay. Oh. Okay.
If it jumps, put it away. That's
This-
a gargoyle.
Yeah, here's a garg. We actually produced. Oh, there he went. See, he jumped. Now
All
Adrian
right.
has to get him. But that is a baby garg. Oh, don't jump.
Put him away.
Hold on, I was gonna let him see him.
They saw him.
We actually produced this little guy, my very first gecko, and he's apparently gonna get a close up with my phone. Yeah, that would be his foot you're seeing on my screen, and he just turned the screen around.
Put it away.
Say gargoyle gecko. Okay. Oh, Adrian, come on.
You dropped it.
I didn't drop it. He jumped. Go put that.
You touched him last.
Go put that hoppy little annoying thing up. Maria's not here. I don't know where Maria is. She's worthless tonight. Let's see. But yeah, I tend to get the kind of more random things. Adrian tends to focus more and get one thing. But the ball pythons are all his fault. Even if he claims not to like ball pythons, totally his idea. I did corn snakes. I was good with the corn snakes, and then Adrian decided that we needed to get into ball pythons, and so we started buying ball pythons. And here we are. Now we have ball pythons. My phone was stolen. We're out of the good karaoke videos. I will find one. I know I posted those karaoke videos online somewhere. I will find a karaoke video and I will post one of Maria and Adrian. And I'm pretty sure I can even make it Whatever Tuesday related, because I think they were singing the Anaconda. What is it? I like big butts. I'm sure I have that somewhere.
Do not post that shit stuff.
Language, family group.
Let me scroll down. This guy here is another cool Texas native. This is a three-toe box turtle. It is a female. You could tell it's three-toed box turtle because it has 3 toes, but that's not always a good indicator because a lot of ornates in this area will also have 3 toes because they interbreed quite often and blah, 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 blah. But this is a 3-toe, has a very dull colored shell and a very cool looking face. Are you filming me?
No, I'm going to take a picture of you.
Oh.
But I kind of have to open the thing to take a picture. Oops,
Yeah.
No one saw that.
Now, the reason why they're called box turtles is because if they get scared, I'm going to scare them just for the sake of education. And hopefully she doesn't bite me because she has done that before. When they get scared, they will actually go all the way into, come on, get scared. Grrr. Well, yeah, well, whatever. They'll actually close, and this hinge right there will close completely. Everything will be tucked in, and it will be a perfect little box. So that's how they get their name, box turtle. They are not an aquatic animal, so don't throw them in the lake. They don't swim very well, even though she's doing a good representation of that right now.
He's trying to lose the red foot there. All right, he's got another tortoise for you guys.
And this is actually a tortoise. Now, there's no actual distinction between a tortoise and a turtle. Those are just common names applied to a group of animals. So if you say turtle when you mean tortoise, nobody really freaking cares.
Except for the people that care about venomous versus poisonous.
No, because that's an actual distinction.
This is true.
The turtle and tortoise distinction is not there. It's a common name distinction. But this tortoise, this little land animal here, this is a redfoot tortoise. How can you tell male from female in a box turtle? Give me that box turtle back. On the male, they will have, well, the female here, as you can see, this is a female, has a flat plastron. Plastron is the underside of the shell. The male will have a concave flat plastron, and the reason they have a concave plastron is because when the mood is right, that male will come and rest its shell right about here, and then they will start doing what turtles do.
Okay.
Okay.
Redfoot's under the couch.
No, Redfoot's a male.
Oh, okay.
All right, Redfoot. Again, Redfoot is right here. Really good pet tortoises. They are a bigger pet tortoise. This one is not yet full grown. They'll get to be quite a bit bigger than this, though this one still would be considered mature. They are a good tortoise for people that want a big tortoise but don't want a sulcata, because sulcatas get freaking ginormous. And they're not for everybody. But this is
What's the tortoise's name?
this one. Redfoot tortoise number 37.
Yeah, that would be Blaze.
Blaze, sorry.
Pin Zero and Lily and
She went outside, so she's going to come back with something else. Any questions about any things that you have seen so far? No? None? That's it? For those of you that are interested, that is a remote control X-Wing fighter that I have up on my mantle. It's pretty awesome. We did not raise the baby blackthroat from a baby that was actually recently acquired as the adult that it is. It was dropped off at a friend of ours' pet store because the owner of it actually died. And the family didn't know what to do with it. Dropped it off pet store. Pet store called us and said, come get this thing. And so we went and got it. We're not doing this for 5 hours, though I do have a lot of stamina. We've already taken out the anaconda, Jacob. If you go back to about
I'm gonna actually look, 'cause I bet
16 minutes, you'll see the anaconda. What happened that was sad? Did something happen that was sad?
the person that died that surrendered the black throat.
Oh, yeah.
Remember what you just said?
That was very sad for them, yes. But it worked out for us. But I feel bad for them. That's kind of rotten, isn't it? Sorry. Blake's favorite reptile species, he wants a king cobra. So bad. Currently my largest Reptile, I have about a 14-foot female Burmese that is sitting on eggs, maternally incubating.
Turtles were dirty, by the way.
Maternally incubating until school is out and I have the time to put my incubator someplace.
I vote we maternally incubate, but we're having a disagreement there. All right, as far as a fun herbivore to keep, can I say none of the above? I'm not a fan of herbivores because I hate feeding greens.
The cicada?
Well, yeah, I guess the tortoises. But even with I don't think of them as herbivores because they eat tortoise pellets. You just throw it at them. Otherwise, Uromastics aren't bad. They do require some pretty specialized care. Iguanas suck.
I don't know how many eggs she has. I have not gotten around to pulling her coils out yet, but I'm going to guess at least 25. Oh crap, yeah, we do still have a game going. I'm sorry, I put that thing down and I don't pick it back up. I will play another word, and for the record, you are kicking my... God, this is so...
family show.
So
family show. How old are the Redfoots? Those guys, the one that we brought inside was actually an imported, so not positive on that. The one that we have that was captive bred that's about that size, she's about 4. And so roughly they should be about the same, but I mean it's a wild caught animal versus a captive raised in captivity type thing.
Do we plan on getting any more exotic venomous? Not at this time. Our passion with venomous lies in the natives. Fluffy the Cobra is just a special case.
Yes.
If we do get another venomous,
there you go.
then it will an exotic venomous. It may
wonder
be.
why Bob is kicking your butt. You couldn't come up with the word venomous. Repeat after me. Venomous.
Nobody likes you.
Yeah, we know. Trust me. You just want to scroll through the group. You can confirm that. What do we both want next? Argus monitor. Okay, sorry. Just making sure everyone knows. I want an Argus monitor.
Yes, we want an Argus monitor. But if we do get another exotic hot, it'll likely be another version of Fluffy, a monocled cobra, or something of the like. Or it might be all the way until we end up getting a king cobra. We're not getting a black mamba. I'm not going to deal with that crap. Having a black mamba is kind of like giving a hyperactive toddler a knife.
Jordan, as far as the tegus, all of the lizards do much better with a varied diet. Our tegu she'll eat some vegetables and fruit. She's not the biggest fan, but she eats quail eggs. She'll eat different types of meats and things like that. The more variety with those animals, the better it is. The key on them all is to have a whole prey diet because you want them to make sure they're getting the bones, the organs, and everything else. And then again, with the tegus, you do want to make sure that there are some fruits and some vegetables supplemented in that as well.
Yeah, Laura has a pretty good attitude.
I'm amazing. What can I say? We're fun to watch.
They should see our other videos.
Okay, now you're just creepy. Of course, I'm not sure what's creepier. Your face in that corner and my face down in this corner. Let's make funny faces at the camera. Oh, wait. Is that educational? I don't know if that was educational. We should keep the video educational, guys. Come on now.
All right. More questions, comments, snide remarks. We didn't bring out all the animals we have because we have to save something for the next time.
Yeah, there is another Tuesday. It's coming around again.
I probably won't do this next Tuesday, though.
Oh, why? Because you have to put up all the venomous now?
I still got to put up the venomous.
Yeah, no. I'm going to sit on the couch and watch you.
Maybe we'll leave them out there till next Tuesday.
No. You will. I'll help you carry Fluffy.
All right.
Okay, shake on it. But I get to sit on my butt for the other ones.
As long as you're sitting on your butt.
All right, deal. All right, if there are no more questions, we're going to actually pretend we have other lives. Basically, we're going to find a show on NBC. What's that show called? Superstore or something like that. It's an amazing show.
It's
streaming on NBC.
Freaking hilarious.
As far as how many animals, roughly somewhere between 3 and 350. We're not ever entirely certain on that. We stopped counting a few years ago.
Largest animal, about 14-foot berm. I feel like you asked that question 2 minutes ago. It might have been somebody else. But about a 14-foot berm that's sitting on eggs, and we'll get to see her when I pull her off eggs. We'll probably do a video of that once I decide.
What do you breed and sell? If it was up to me, absolutely nothing. I like the breeding. I hate the selling, and they kind of go hand in hand. Currently, eggs right now we have some colubrids, and we have the berm.
We have successfully bred and sold
corns, kings, rats. Let's see what
ball
Bloods,
pythons,
balls.
of course. We're not allowed to talk about ball pythons.
Yeah, no ball pythons.
We're berm breeders.
Yes.
Bloods,
with geckos, we haven't sold them, but we've bred them.
Geckos. And probably our species count is probably around 20-ish different species when you get down to it that we've successfully bred. Do you breed kings? Yes, we do breed kings.
Yeah, when we have the courage to breed kings.
No, well, it depends on the king. California kings kind of suck to breed. Well, in my experience anyway, I know some people have an easier time with them. It's just kind of hard to
breeding
tell.
California kings. What do you mean it's going to take 3 hours? They're locked up. That was after 20 minutes. An hour later, he had to take a shower. The king snake sat in the tub outside the shower while Adrian showered. When he was done showering, he sat in bed with a book on top of the king snakes while he continued to watch them stay locked until about midnight at night. He jumps out of bed, yells quite loudly, "They're unlocked!" and he runs and puts them away.
Because otherwise they'll eat each other.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Can we see your reptile room set up? Not today. We have been busy doing a lot of educational shows. Whenever we do that, it looks like a freaking hurricane hits
Well, not to mention, I just moved half the colubrids inside. So we're in the process. Somebody said retics. I do own, I believe, 5, 6 or 7 retics. I don't know. The golden child, the purple, the lavender, the white tiger, the one that I have at Jared's place. 5 retics, I think. I think it's 5 retics. I don't make any promises, but I believe it's 5 retics. My plan, eventually, yes, I will probably breed retics, but none of them are big enough yet.
Jacob, we did bring Fluffy. I'm going to go ahead and show Fluffy again. Right here. Do you have a light? Oh, what is going on with this? Is that right? No, that's my hand.
Where's your phone?
In my pocket. Do you want to get it?
No, hang on. You'll get way too excited if I dig in your pocket for that.
How do you know I'm not already?
You're so weird.
Okay. All right. Oh, crap.
If he knew how to work his phone, he could show you Fluffy.
No, don't.
You're an epic fail at this. Hold on. We got this.
There we go. All right. Sorry, guys.
You want to show his head? He does have one of those.
All right.
Yeah,
that is Fluffy.
Fluffy says, "I hate you guys."
So there's Fluffy. But if we have no more questions, is the berm with the eggs an albino? Yes. Nice hinge. You like that? That's Jason Miller's finest plastic hinge right there. He could actually, many members here have put together some pretty good enclosures using these JPM enclosures for the ball pythons.
We've got a cobra hooded up in the background, and you're videoing a hinge.
It's an awesome hinge.
It is a nice hinge, but you know.
Look at that tab. Look at that. Ooh, that's a good tab.
Yes, and Fluffy thinks we are delusional.
All right. Okay, guys. But if there's nothing more, I think that we...
Night. Are we doing a Sophie good night? Whoa, the couch behind us is moving. Hey, everybody, say good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye.